Alright guys, so now that we have completed the Duviri Paradox, which was absolutely fantastic, I had no clue how long that quest was going to be, and when I finished it, I went back up to the world map and I clicked on, it took me a minute to find it, but then this, but then I saw this up here, which clearly looked like the Duviri kind of insignia, I guess, and I jumped into the Duviri Experience. So that is what we're going to jump into today. This is the third video in that same very long play session that I did. So I jumped right into the Duviri Experience, I think is what I clicked on. I don't think I went to the circuit. I think I went to the Duviri Experience. I don't believe I did Lone Story either. I think I went right into this, and it was very interesting, but you will see in the upcoming video, this was my first attempt at jumping into any of these. I'm obviously going to come back and keep poking around in it. I know from people have mentioning in my comments for quite a while now that you can earn new frames by doing specific stuff in here, so it's obviously going to be something that we're going to want to figure out and that we're going to want to pop in here often. If I understand correctly, it's on a weekly rotation. Maybe it's a little longer than that, 2 weeks, monthly, but I feel like I recall people telling me it was a weekly rotation with different frames up for grabs. And I'm guessing that you have to do specific things within these missions. Maybe it's just completion, outright completion. I have no idea. But either way, that is going to be today's video. We are going to jump right into my first post-Duviri Paradox, jumping back into Duviri and taking our first stab at the gameplay inside of it. Just the spiral story, no side objectives. Story and side together, and then Warframe only, battle through an endless chain of missions. So I'm not sure exactly what on here has to be done. I don't know if this just lets you replay that entire thing from the beginning. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure, but maybe I'll try
Operator,
jumping into that
the corpus used to count
just to see what happens.
Index.
I know, Ortis. It's a great joke. I love it every time you tell it. Let's, just for fun, let me click on this. Just the Duviri Experience. I can always back out. I'm just curious to see what happens if I jump back in this, if it's literally what I just played, or if it's something completely different. It's looking like something completely different. Valkyr. Ivara? I don't have Ivara. Chroma. Can we talk to Teshin?
This leaden day is too much to bear alone. Do not go solitary if you can help it, my friend.
I do have some intrinsics. Interesting. Okay, so what happens if I pick this frame I've never used? Well, I mean, they seem to have some pretty excellent mods selected on there anyway. Let's see if it'll actually let me use this. That thing has really good health and shield. Energy. It's faster than normal. Cycle through and shoot one of 4 tactical arrows. Cloak creates a stationary bubble that cloaks Ivara and allies. Dash wire creates a traversable zip line. Noise emits a high-pitched sound that attracts enemies. Sleep temporarily puts enemies into a deep slumber. Okay, interesting. Assume control of any projectile launched and guide it to the target. Are you serious? That's actually pretty crazy. Prowl. Become invisible. Steal loot from unsuspecting enemies. Ha! That's super funny. Summon a mighty bow. Unleash a volley of arrows. Okay, so this is a sneaky archer. Since nearby enemies within 50 meters. So that's the passive. Interesting sounding frame here. So what happens if I say Ivara? What do I do now? Redeemer? Epitaph? I mean, they've got a bunch of stuff on them. Let's look at the stats on this thing. Looks pretty good. What happens if I say Redeemer? And then Epitaph. Let's look at how they configure it. I mean, yeah, that's a pretty reasonable setup. What happens if we equip that? So now we need what? A Carrick, a Gorgon. Neither, because we already have mains. Where would be the melees in this room? Oh, it's a gunblade. That's a melee. So it's a primary I'm missing. Okay, that's interesting. I didn't expect to see that. What, can you just walk up to that every once in a while and it gives you stuff? Okay, so a Gorgon or a Carrick. Let's look at their configuration of the Carrick. They're going heavy on multi-shot. Unowned. What happens if I equip this whole loadout? Now, can I go out the door and, like, play with this?
The sorrowful soprano. Sorrow is a poison, and yet some drink it like wine. One such was Lucinia.
I am sorrow, and suffering is my lot. But today the burden is too much to bear. If my pain is avenged, perhaps it will be lifted a little. I cannot bear to see the gates neglected, but I am no rider. Perhaps you can bring them joy, even on this dark day.
I don't know if we're supposed to be jumping and hitting those things too. I have no idea. Whoops. Yeah, I'm not sure what that's about. These other things in the middle? I have no idea. But clearly we're supposed to be racing through a bubble here. This is not exactly playing around with, I think it was Ivara, and a bunch of gear that I've never used before, but this is still pretty fun. And finito. Okay, yeah, so that was pretty cool. So what else are we supposed to do in here?
Perhaps Lucinia's misery would end if she inflicted suffering upon others. Others who deserved it.
Akrithis tells me the void is emotion's keeper. Nowhere is the void stronger than in the Undercroft.
Ah, now I get to play with
Please,
this. Okay.
answer its cry.
The void angels that roost in the Zariman are breaking into the Undercroft.
Is that right?
Repair the damage to keep them at bay. The void can heal as well as harm. Gather the floating spheres and take them to the ruptures.
This thing hits some pretty nasty crits. This is interesting. I'm not exactly sure what to make of what's happening in here. Maybe pulling out a frame that I've never used before was a bad idea, but it gave me the option to use one I've never used, so I figured, hey, let's jump in here and see what it's about. So I've collected some stuff by taking out enemies. This is what's happening, it seems. Definitely gonna go down here. Oh no! Oh no! No, 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 no. Ah, that's some of those balls. I don't expect I'm going to get through this, guys, but it's fun to try. So yeah, I'll definitely be back here. The gun sword's feeling pretty cool, for what it's worth.
Now, imposter, you die!
So what if I take those last other ones that I grabbed off the ground up here? It's a little tricky to use this gun sword Well, a little trickier than, say, just a normal sword. Aha! I see.
The rupture is closed.
Okay.
The paradox stabilizes.
So I don't necessarily
Close
have
the
to
ruptures as you
do...
would staunch the wounds of a comrade.
So it kind of functions a bit like the Zarmon thing. Can I grab that? Yes. I think I see now. I thought I was having to take out
Breach has been
enemies.
sealed. Excellent work.
That's actually pretty interesting. Okay, okay. Yeah, this is pretty interesting. Okay, so there's some up here I can grab. Let's just see how much we've got to drop into C. Yeah, this is not what I was expecting when I jumped in here at all. Okay, that's probably enough for this. Yes.
If the Void Angels break through the wall,
Nope,
their master
whoops.
will be freed. Do not allow that to happen.
I will do my best, but I'm flying by the seat of my pants here, Tashin. That's crazy.
Void Angels are unrelenting. You are all that is keeping them at bay. Hold fast.
Can I not jump through here? Sure I can. Maybe that's enough. This is pretty intense. It feels like it might be enough. Defeat all Thrax attackers.
The smallest breach in the wall may become a gaping wound. Thanks to you, that will not now happen.
Interesting. So I guess I survived whatever that was. Stage 2 of 6.
At first, Lucinia felt some comfort from her actions. At
Okay.
least she was doing something. But her sorrow grew.
Well, I'm hesitant to leave here while I'm in the middle of this, guys. So I may have a next video behind what's going to be a two-parter for the Duviri Paradox itself. I'm just going to keep going. This is going to be a very large file with a lot of editing, for sure. Oh, let me just not be an idiot. What is it they want me to do? Fly to right here. Seems like maybe staying on the horse would have been the better idea. Whoops. Hey, don't you knock me from my steed. No, you don't. So you just want to let me sit here and pop shot you from a distance? Have at it. Okay.
I shall break something of yours.
Is that right? You're gonna break something?
Lucinia wept for those she was hurting. She tried to dismiss it as weakness, but her heart rebelled.
Oh, I guess we can open that. I guess that would have been just a bit too much to expect.
Duviri pretends it never happened, but the Undercroft remembers. The tragedy. The Zariman.
Okay.
Whatever calm you can bring to that tormented place, please, do so.
Well, we'll head back in. Okay, we've got Ivara again. Their invisibility feels like a way better version of Loki's. A corrupted jackal. Oh, I'm sure this will be easy.
The jackal may have been sent to explore Duviri. And sure, it never returns.
Well, that's probably easier said than done, truth be told.
A warrior must strike where the foe's armor is weakest. Avoid the beams.
Oh, yeah. Well, this is tricky. Can it see me here? So do I have to just damage all of the armor on its legs first? And then maybe I'll be able to phase it? I have no idea.
Do not hesitate to attack when an opening presents itself. Evade. You can attack later. You have an opportunity. Take it.
I'm not sure I know how to attack this. It's not X like with your Parazon. I cannot figure out what they want me to do here.
Now, strike while it's down.
I truly don't understand what I'm supposed to be doing here. Yeah, it's not functioning like the normal Jackal fight, so I'm really not sure, guys.
First, bring it down. Then work on keeping it down. Evade. You can attack later. You have an opportunity. Take it.
An opportunity to do what? Oh, that time it let me do it. Maybe you have to be standing in a very specific place. Okay.
Find where it has fled to. Turn your fury upon what is vulnerable.
Which leg? There it is. Okay. Get rid of that guy. Where did the jackal go? Up. Whoops. I may have squandered the opportunity there. Okay, let's not screw this up. It's gonna turn. There we go. Okay, tick 2.
It has support. Change your focus.
With pleasure. I don't have enough ammo for that, is the problem. Oh, that's less than ideal. This is tricky, guys. Okay, so it's just going to knock me out of the map? I don't have enough ammo left for this, really. Oh, good. Yeah. I'm out of ammo for that outright. I feel like it might be stuck up there. Like, I need to get it to come down somehow. That's what it is. Now I should be able to do this, I presume. I did not expect that. And since it's glitched, I don't think that can hit me at all. The question is, can I Pharaohs on it after it lands?
Will not get
Yeah.
up again.
There we go. Okay. Oh, I thought it was totally glitched.
Skill has triumphed over mere machinery.
Okay.
You have done well.
Thank you, Teshin. This is really fun, guys. Very interesting. Pretty involved. But it's looking like we're getting some pretty sweet loot after, yeah, some rune marrow. After doing all of these things, intrinsics, decrees,
As if with a prophet's
random
gift,
other parts.
Lucinia could see disaster looming, but she could not turn aside.
The sorrowful soprano.
Are we to leave the treasures of the past moldering where they fell? No. I pray you gather them up.
I presume we have to drop down into there. Items found. This looks like an item. Wouldn't be prudent. What do we have here? Nobody attacked us this time? Hey, hey. Okay. Now what? Do we have another boss fight of some
final
kind?
act, then.
Yep.
One last howl into the storm. Misery would have company, at
Rather
least.
expected it. Okay. So let's ride top side. For just a little bit. I do want to hit this stuff while I'm here. I presume you just need to explore and hit stuff in here, because this is the only place I've seen pretty much any of these things. So it's kind of one of those it is what it is type of deals.
A man insulted my singing. Drax has decreed he must die. More pain, of which I am the source and font. I beg of you, spare that man. Spare me just one more misery to live with.
A favor! Rescue so that my warrant only head may remain attached to the shoulders which you see before.
I'll feather you like a dog. My aim is true.
Okay, we'll see if we can approach it the same as we did the last one. Nope, they knocked me from my trusty steed. Yeah, I get it. You like hitting me off my horse. Okay, I'll hop down from this one because I want to heal real quick. Then we'll hop back up. That's fine. That's how you want to play this. Giddy up indeed. I don't know why this one's so hard to hit relative to the others. Hey. We'll just do it this way. It's nice to get the damage numbers, of course, but it's also nice to be able to see the target at which you're aiming. Yes, that's very clever. That's my line.
Let's go.
There's always one of these long rangers. Okay. Okay. Guess we're gonna have another wave of these guys from somewhere. Yep. Okay. Is that the last one? Guess we'll go shorter trigger pulls. Why isn't that landing? It must not like me sitting up on that specific hill I was sitting on. Oh, these guys are super annoying. There we go. Okay.
Funny how things always seem to work out, isn't it?
It's too much. The sadness.
Summon the
Nobody
ore
else
worm.
can bear it
Okay.
like I can.
So it's gonna be
They are
another
strong
one of those.
It's me. It has to be me.
What is this? Feed the ravenous maw? What is that? It's not telling me to feed anything. It's telling me to summon the ore worm, which is evidently over here. So I'll just trust the waypoint it's giving me.
Our mutual friend waits with my Orvius. If you desire to subdue this Orowar,
Okay.
Sadness is the dragon that devours itself.
This is interesting.
It spawns many children. Lethargy, self-pity, self-doubt.
the worm of sorrow is ravening with despair. She will make all Duviri mourn with her.
And what is it telling us? We're supposed to do something
We're
here?
only making things worse.
I don't... What, are we supposed to jump up to that? I have no earthly clue where it is I'm supposed to be headed right now. am I supposed to be taking down these things? Oh, well, that says pet.
How's that? You like that? Yeah.
Okay, so... I have no idea. I saw the worms off in the distance, but I don't have a worm. I'm not sure how to get a worm. The guiding hand isn't exactly pointing me anywhere. What's this say? Fort Wormsole? Is there a worm I can get from Fort Wormsole? Now that I can unlock a chest. Okay. I guess that's cool. It's better than the nothing that we had before. How do I actually get up to that thing to fight it? I'm truly not sure. Am I supposed to fly at this thing? And attack it with the Orpheus, maybe? Nope, that's just gonna knock me off in midair. But it does look like I can get right back on it. So maybe that is how I'm supposed to do it. Supposed to fly the Caith and then get in range and chuck my Orpheus at it, maybe? It's a little tough to say. I'm gonna see if I can get up on it. Okay, it did knock me down.
Tame a wild Caith. It must be ridden. The oral worm is no different.
Oh, I feel like I'm going to not pass this at the very end, guys. Yep, that's the end. After all that, we fail it. Well, we still get to keep a whole bunch of stuff, so I guess it's not a total loss. And I got to play around with a new frame, so that was pretty fun. Yeah, that's going to be challenging. I'll have to spend more time in there, see if I can figure out what it is I'm supposed to do. But that was, you know, well over another hour's worth of videos. So in one little session here, I got my next several videos, guys. We're going to stick to the Duviri theme. I have got to do some cuts, but being that I just played the Duviri and then popped into that next thing, the thoughts are fresh in my head. So just to echo back, it was really, really fun. It was very enjoyable. Great storytelling. I have to spend some time back in the Duviri area to figure out what it is I need to do, obviously. But it looks like it's somewhere kind of similar to Zariman. Like, I'm guessing I'm going to be spending a fair chunk of time. I don't know if it functions the same way as factions, but, you know, I got to figure out what it is I need to be doing in there so I can reap the rewards and benefits. But either way, pass or fail, I did get some materials I didn't have before. I just got to go in there and figure out exactly what it is I'm supposed to do. It's not quite as clear as some of the other areas. You know, use the Orpheus grapple, which I feel like, you know, that was probably some input that they showed you on one of the story missions that I did using Teshin before, but I certainly don't remember the input. There's so many button combinations on the controller to do this stuff, it's a little tricky to say. But be that as it may, it was still enjoyable. I'll go back eventually. I'll figure out how to do it. And then we'll see what happens when we actually complete the worm boss there at the end. At any rate, guys, that was super fun. Had a lot of fun playing it. I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to be in the next video, but that is going to wrap today's. So as always, I do sincerely appreciate you checking in, and we will catch you on the next one.